Guys, Bitcoin is right now at a key level of support, and this is of course this $59,000 to $60,000 region. This level has previously been supported right here also pretty much, and right now is acting as crucial support. I mean, look at this. We found some kind of, bounce from here to the upside, and I think what can happen next? Well, I think we are going down. We are bearish, and I've been bearish since the beginning of the bear market, right? The beginning of the bear market was here all the way October 2025. And I've mentioned that the bear market is always lasting for 12 months. You can see this right here. Bear market from top to bottom, 365 days, 396 days, also almost the same, 365 days, and pretty much always 12 months. So I'm bearish until October, right? Until October, I'm bearish. I think we're gonna go down until around about that time. And along the way, yes, we can go higher. But I think we're gonna have that next big breakdown, like I already said, anytime soon. But we can pump a bit here to the upside. And good thing to note that we did not close any candle below. And why did I draw this line here? Well, I drew it actually exactly where we crashed down towards, which is here, $59,150 approximately. We found a perfect support here. And yes, we did dip below that line, but the candles never closed below. And that's important. The candles closed above, so still somewhat bullish here. What is happening right now? Well, right now, everyone who shorted massively here on the downside, I can show this to you guys. Look, a lot of people shorted here when we had that big wick to the downside. You can see right here, when we had that big move to the downside, we had a lot of shorts, a lot of open interest went up a lot, so a lot of new shorts that opened up. Open interest going up means new positions opening. Funding rates going negative means that more people are shorting. So a lot of people shorted here when we went to the bottom. And what does that mean? Well, if people short, then of course people have the liquidation prices being placed above the current price if they short. And we can see this right here with a lot of the liquidity right now laying above us, as of course we grabbed all of this liquidity on the move down. So what's happening right now is we're grabbing all of the liquidity as the Bitcoin is slowly creeping back up, liquidating everyone who has shorted basically too late. Everyone who has been shorting just here at the bottom instead of shorting at the top levels, they're being liquidated right now. And we can see this right now here. The open interest is actually dropping as Bitcoin's price is slowly creeping to the upside. And that of course means that people's positions are being forced closed. They're being forced shut and they're being liquidated. And as they're being liquidated, they're being forced to buy back Bitcoin at a higher price, pushing Bitcoin's price even higher. And open interest falling as of course these positions are being liquidated. That's exactly what we're seeing here. So right now, I expect us to have a bigger dump to the downside, but I think we can actually go to at least this level here, maybe the $62,000 region, because most of the liquidity on the 1 weekly chart, this is the 2 weekly chart, but let's look at the 1 weekly chart, for example. Also, very similar story. We can see most of the liquidity. We have like 100 million, 70 million at all of these levels of liquidity lays pretty much between $61,800 to $62,200. And then we have another big cluster here at $63,500. And these are the two levels that I marked here for you guys. 62,000 previous top, 63,500 also at the top of here. So this is where people started shorting and they're gonna get liquidated if we go there. So I think we can actually go towards these levels. And I drew this actually 2 days ago, I believe, on the 1 hourly chart. I was just going through my notes and seeing what do I think could be happening. And I basically drew this. I drew it here and I had these two scenarios in mind, okay? And my scenarios were basically, okay, either if we find kind of close above this level, we can go back to this liquidation level. Yes, it might take a bit longer. We can see not much volatility actually. Like it's very undecisive, the market right now. I don't see many big candles. But basically, I think we could go towards this level here. Also, this level, the line that I drew, it has acted as previous support. Of course, this white line here at $62,100 has been supported. Here we got supported, and here we got supported, and here we got supported. So I think we can go back to that level, grab this liquidity, which I just showed to you guys at $62,000. Then might get rejected from there. If we get rejected, we can go down from there. So might be a good chance to open the short position here. If we go above this level, yes, we can find some support and go higher and then go to the second level of liquidity, which I just mentioned here, 62,300, 62,500 approximately. so 63.4, 63.5. And then maybe if we find support again from the bottom, we can play out in this way and then fall down to the downside. I don't actually think we can go back towards like 67. I don't think so, because there's not much liquidity on this chart right here. And then if we move to the downside, that's what I hypothesized here, is that we can get supported by this big level, $56,000, and then move up or go back down towards like $53,000. And if I zoom out a bit, I want to show you guys what these lines are actually. Let me zoom out a bit and I can show this to you guys. So we have 56 and we have 53. And actually, let me go on the daily. We can see it properly here. So 56,000 would be actually previous kind of support, which we've been supported at here at this level in 2024. You can see we've been trading at this level. This was previous support. Also at the bottom of these candles where they have found support, the closing prices. And here, so this could be a level. And then also in the last cycle, we found a peak actually here at 48,500 to $49,000. It was also kind of the rejection point here, rejection point on a big wick to the downside, 2024. So that's where I think we could go. But essentially we're trading along this green line, which has been kind of, let me put the logarithmic off so you can see it, been rejected for in the bull market, the bear market. This is the big line we're trading on this bear market, of course, found support right here. And if we break down here, maybe we go up here, but then break down, then we can find support here, somewhere around this $50,000 region is where I think could be a likely bottom, or a bit lower even in this cycle. But like I said, normally it happens around about, around about October, 1 year after the peak, of course. And now I want to just show you guys one more thing, which is, if I show you guys the weekly moving averages, we can see that right now we are about to break below the 200 weekly moving average. This is the white line. In the last cycle, we found a bottom actually below the 200 weekly. We found it actually all the way at the 350 weekly moving averages. The cycle below that, the cycle before that, we went to the 200 and then we went to the 300 on the COVID crash. So right now, the moment we break below the 200 confirmed weekly close, in 1 day we left the weekly close confirmed, then I think we can have that big move to the downside. Now, what else do I want to show you guys? STRC. STRC should be at $100. It's at $74 right now. That means we're getting a 15.4% yield on STRC. Well, they have to pay the dividend on June 30th is the dividend date. So on June 30th, they have to pay everyone their dividend. And we know that the company is like $7 billion in debt. So what does that mean? Well, that means MicroStrategy has to sell Bitcoin. MicroStrategy has to sell Bitcoin in order to pay these dividends. And if they sell the Bitcoin, well, their Bitcoin price will go down, right? And the only way for them to be able to pay dividends is by selling it. So I expect maybe we can have some kind of a rally up here towards 62,000 until June 30th, which is literally in like 2-3 days. And then potentially once Microsoft sells, we'll have that bigger dump to the downside, which I still expect to happen. And that's my take for Bitcoin today. Sorry for yesterday for not uploading, and I'll make sure I upload every day from now. Again, see you guys tomorrow. We're on a good run here on this channel. Hope you guys enjoyed, and bye.